All right, folks, this is Tom Rucci. I am your live stream host. I'm going to be with you here for the entire meet this evening. We'll begin in just a moment here, folks. All right, folks, once again, this is Tom Rucci. I'm going to be your live stream host for the Rosemount versus Apple Valley swim meet this evening. Let's start off with our introduction here. So we'll begin here in just a moment here as we get things ready. Looks like one of our swimmers tonight, Katie Rucci, is going to be our national anthem singer. So we'll have her up in just a moment. All right, folks, that was Katie Rucci, one of our swimmers here, and my daughter singing the national anthem. I'm very proud of her. And we'll get started here in just another moment here. And once again, my name is Tom Rucci. I'm going to be your live stream host. And we're going to see the Rosemount Irish against the Apple Valley Eagles this evening here. We'll be getting started in just a moment. We're going to start things off with the 200-yard medley relay. Folks, don't forget, if you have a favorite swimmer you'd like to send a shout out to, or you'd like to tell us your favorite team, go ahead and do so. We are more than happy to get it on the air here. And the swimmers love to see their shout outs up on the screen because they do watch these broadcasts afterwards. Okay, in lane number lane number 3 is Rosemount with team Ariana Raymond, Nora Danielson, Emma Ellsworth, and Sophia Perez. Once again, this is the 200-yard medley relay junior varsity. Well, let's get that up on the screen. In lane number 6 for Apple Valley is Grace Herzog, Annabella Torres, Natalie Zick, and Sarah Muhammad. Okay, so Ariana is coming back for Rosemount in lane number 3, and into the water goes Nora Danielson. Over in lane number 6, that's Grace coming back, and she will touch. And in the water will go Annabella Torres. Let's see if I can get the camera moved just a hair for us here. There, I think that's a little bit better view. You can see the whole pool that way. Rosemount is leading currently. Again, you're watching Nora Danielson from Rosemount, lane number 3. Into the water will go Emma Ellsworth as she makes her way down the other end of the pool. Now we've got Sophia Perez in the pool for Rosemount and Sarah Muhammad. I believe that's Sarah Muhammad for Apple Valley. Just working a few things out here, folks. Once again, if you've got any shout-outs or comments, certainly let us know. We'll try to get them on the air. Here we go. Sophia Perez will touch with a time of 2:32.49 for the team. Coming in first for Rosemount. And Sarah Muhammad is about to go in the water for Apple Valley. So that was Natalie Zick that just touched back at the starting block. So this will be down and back for Sarah Muhammad a couple of times here. Up next is going to be the girls' 200-yard medley relay varsity. That'll be one heat of one. Okay, there must have been a soft touch there as we came back. Up next is going to be the varsity 200-yard medley relay. There'll be one heat of this, and we should have swimmers in lanes 1 through 5. Rosemount is in the odd lanes. Apple Valley in the even lanes. And off they go. In lane number 1 for Rosemount is Alyssa Long, Danielle Bester, Kaylin Worth, and Ella Armbrust. In lane number 2 for Apple Valley is Liliana Borbel, Madison Rutherford, Leah Radashevsky, and Sam Graves. In lane number 3 for Rosemount is Annika Arlinson, Isla George, Avery Jelinek, and Callan Hoffman. Lane number 4 for Apple Valley is Vivian Lenson, Delaney Bell, Greta Marcotte, and Amelia Dahl. In lane number 5 for Rosemount, Ann Lee, Katie Rucci, Annabelle Ellsworth, and Gretchen Tyler. Right now in lane number 3, it does appear that Rosemount has got a slight lead, just slight, maybe half a body length at best, over Apple Valley in lane number 4. Let's watch here as they come back and make the exchange. Oh, it certainly has tightened up. Apple Valley took the lead back there at the last minute. So that's Danielle Bester in lane number 1, Madison Rutherford in lane number 2, Isla George in lane number 3 for Rosemount. In lane number 4 for Apple Valley is Delaney Bell. And in lane number 5 for Rosemount is Katie Rucci. All right, they're making the switch again. There's our first shout out for the evening. Good luck, Ella. Sending love from Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Thanks so much, Sean. All right, coming in first was lane number 4. That's Apple Valley, team Vivian Lenson, Delaney Bell, Greta Marcotte, and Amelia Dahl. Coming in second, lane number 3 was Rosemount, team Annika Arlinson, Isla George, Avery Jelinek, and Callan Hoffman. Coming in third was lane number 5. That's Rosemount, team of Ann Lee, Katie Rucci, Annabelle Ellsworth, and Gretchen Tyler. All right, up next is going to be the 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. We should have 3 swimmers, all from Rosemount in the water here, so there will be no Apple Valley. They'll be in lanes 1, 3, and 5. There they go in the water. In lane number 1 is Maisie Bach. Lane number 2 is Ellie Fransek. And in lane number 5 is Jenna O'Keefe. Once again, you're watching the 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. And in lane number 3, we had Ellie with a previous time of 2:16.08. And Jenna in lane number 5 with a time of 2:17.71. So they'll be looking to better those times. Pretty even swim so far. Actually, they're all almost like synchronized swimming, all taking the turn at exactly the same time. I'm not sure who's ahead. Maybe lane number 1. Hard to tell. That'd be Maisie Bach. Once again, Maisie Bach is in lane number 1. Ellie Fransek is in lane number 3. And Jenna O'Keefe is in lane number 5. Once again, this is all Rosemount. Up next after this will be the varsity 200-yard freestyle. Okay, turning first there that time was Ellie Fransek in lane number 3. She's slightly ahead, about a half a body length over her teammates. And right now, it looks like it's going to be Ellie Franczek in lane number 3, followed by Jenna O'Keefe in lane number 5, and then lastly, Maisie Bach in lane number 1. Nice job. All right, we're on next to the varsity 200-yard freestyle. There'll be one heat of this, and we'll have swimmers in all lanes. Now, tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night. We've got a pretty full crowd here. All right, in lane number 1 is Madison Kessler with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Madison Rutherford with Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Maddie Jenin with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Vivian Lenson with Apple Valley. Lane number 5 is Mackenzie Mahalik with Rosemount. And lane number 6 is Annika Bentley with Apple Valley. Lane number 3, Maddie Jenin for Rosemount, is currently leading by about a half a body length over Vivian Lenson from Apple Valley in lane number 4. She's lengthening that lead just a little bit to almost a full body length as we speak. Yeah, it's about a full body length now at this point. Third place is hard to tell between lanes 1 and 5. Lane 1, by the way, is Madison Kessler with Rosemount. Lane number 5 is Mackenzie Mahalik with Rosemount. Mackenzie's previous time here is a 2:10.08. And let's see where we stand here. I believe that, well, okay, Madison Kessler doesn't have a previous time listed here. Does look like maybe she's just a hair ahead of her teammates. But leading the pack down is Maddie Jenin in lane number 3, as you can see right now coming into your screen and about to make her turn. And now Vivian Lenson from Apple Valley has also made her turn. Mackenzie Mahalik and Madison Kessler both take the turn very similar times. Again, very hard to tell who's in the lead there in lanes 1 and 5. Got another shout out here. Have a great meet, Isla, from Poppy and is it Sec in Denver, Colorado. All right, so there you go. Lane number 3. That's Maddie Jensen from Rosemount. We'll get it at 2:01.04. Second place goes to lane number 4, Vivian Lenson for Apple Valley with a time of 2:03.11. And third is going to go to lane number 1. That's Madison Kessler with Rosemount with a first time of 2:15.57, according to this. All right, up next is the 200-yard IM Junior Varsity. Once again, we will have all Rosemount swimmers. I don't know if Apple Valley has a junior varsity team that they brought tonight. Does not appear so far. Let me just look ahead here. Well, there are some later on, so we will see some later. All right, into the water they go. In lane number 1 is Kaylin Worth. Lane number 2 is Alyssa Long. Lane number 5, that was lane number 3, by the way, Alyssa Long. Lane number 5 is Annabelle Ellsworth. Again, pretty close. I believe maybe lane number 5 is in the lead. That's Annabelle Ellsworth. Her previous time here is a 2:46.41. She's followed pretty closely, about a half a body length back, by Alyssa Long. Alyssa's previous time is 2:39.46. And then Kaylin Worth is in lane number 1, and she's just made the turn. Her previous time is 2:46.84. So once again, this is the 200-yard IM Junior Varsity. They always say the breaststroke is the equalizer because it is one of the more difficult strokes. So if you can master it in the IM, you can actually take over the lead on something that you might have been trailing on before. Looks to me like they're both fairly strong breaststrokers here in lanes 3 and 5. But the lead is still in lane number 5. That's Annabelle Ellsworth. But keeping up with her is Alyssa Long in lane number 3. All right, there they've made their turn for their final down and back. Once again, up next is going to be the 200-yard IM varsity. And swimmers are getting set down by the starting blocks for that as soon as this one is over. Coming in first is going to be Annabelle Ellsworth in lane number 5. She has a time of 2:43.51. That is a 3-second improvement over her previous time of 2:46.41. Coming in second, lane number 3, that's Alyssa Long. Coming in third was lane number 1, and that's Kaylin Worth. All right, up next, the varsity 200-yard IM. We will have 3 Rosemount swimmers and 1 Apple Valley swimmer in lane number 4. Swimmers are in the water. In lane number 1 is Katie Rucci, our national anthem singer from earlier. Lane number 3 is Isla George, both from Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Sam Graves from Apple Valley. And lane number 5 is Avery Jelinek from Rosemount. We had that shout out for Isla George just a moment ago. Let me put that back on the screen since she's in the water. Once again, Isla is in lane number 2. Isla is leading, I'm sorry, lane number 3, not 2. Isla is leading in lane number 3. It's the second occupied lane. Hard to tell second place here. I think it's Rosemount by maybe an arm's length. Don't forget to send those shout outs. Here we are again at the breaststroke portion of the IM. This ought to be interesting to see if we see any lead changes. There is a possibility. We have a couple of pretty strong breaststrokers on the team, so that'll be interesting to see. As you can see, things have definitely tightened up a bit. Now, once they make the turn here to switch strokes, it could be anybody's guess. Nice turn from Isla George in lane number 3 to the freestyle. Nice turn from Katie Rucci. Nice makeup in lane number 1. But lane number 3, Isla George for Rosemount, is definitely in the lead. She has got a pretty commanding lead and will have no problem coming in first here. Isla George does not have a previous time listed here for you. I'm going to say second place is going to go to Avery Jelinek in lane number 5. But touching first, as we said, lane number 3 was Isla George with a time of 2:33.38. Touching second was lane number 5. That's Avery Jelinek with a time of 2:27.57. Touching third, lane number 4 with a time of 2:27.67 was Sam Graves with Apple Valley. Lane number 1, Katie Rucci with a time of 2:23.38. Okay, up next, there'll be 2 heats of junior varsity 50-yard freestyle. Into the water they go. Lane number 1 is Emma Ellsworth with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Sarah Muhammad with Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Mary Garski with Rosemount. Lane number 4, Nora Danielson, Rosemount. Lane number 5, Sophia Perez, Rosemount. And lane number 6, Piper Burrell with Rosemount. Let's get a little look here as they make their turn. I'm going to try and zoom in just a little and see if this works. All right. Touching first was lane number 5. Lane number 5 was Sophia Perez with Rosemount. Coming in second was lane number 3. That's Mary Garski with Rosemount. Coming in third was lane number 4. And lane 4 was Nora Danielson with Rosemount. I'm trying to move the camera a little bit. I'm moving it the wrong way. Trying to work the joystick here. There we go. We'll kind of go with that for the moment. All right, up next is heat number 2 of the 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. We should have 5 lanes of swimmers. All right, swimmers are in the water. In lane number 1 is Peyton Marks with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Grace Herzog with Apple Valley. Lane 3, Ann Lee with Rosemount. Lane number 4, Natalie Zick with Apple Valley. And in lane number 5, Ariana Raymond with Rosemount. In the lead right now is lane number 3. That's Ann Lee, one of our seniors on the Irish team this year. And she will touch first with a time of 27:65. Coming in second, lane number 5. That's Ariana Raymond with Rosemount with a time of 30:35. And coming in third was lane number 1. That's Peyton Marks with Rosemount with a time of 30:52. All right, that'll do it for the junior varsity. Up next will be the varsity 50-yard freestyle. This will be a single heat. Ann Lee looks like she's out of breath there. She's getting out of the water. Okay, so swimmers are getting set. Into the water they go. Lane number 1 is Gretchen Tyler for Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Annika Arlenson for Rosemount. Lane number 4, I'm sorry, that was lane number 3. Lane number 4 is Amelia Dahl, Apple Valley. Lane number 5, Callan Hoffman, Rosemount. And lane number 6 is Cora Mitchell with Apple Valley. Coming in first there was lane number 3. That's Annika Arlenson with Rosemount with a time of 24:82. Coming in second was lane number 1. That's Gretchen Tyler with Rosemount. Coming in third was lane number 5. That's Callan Hoffman with Rosemount. Next up, we're going to have our diving. And we'll have that up in just a moment here. Now, they're going to have some time here to get things set up for diving. They're going to have to make the pool available. And while we do that, we've got some special senior spotlights we want to do tonight for our graduating members of our team. We're going to look at 4 of them this evening. We're going to start out with Ann Lee. Ann Lee is planning on attending a 4-year college majoring in nursing. She's been on the Rosemount swim and dive team for 4 years. Her favorite race is the 100 backstroke. Her favorite memory is glow stick practice. Her hobbies and activities include hanging out with friends and cousins and also lifeguarding and teaching kids. We'll have to fix the spelling on that one. Her greatest accomplishments are making it through AP Bio and passing the test. Best of luck to you, Ann. Up next is Maisie Bach. Maisie plans to go to college for pre-med. She's been on the team for 4 years. Her favorite race is the 50 freestyle. Also, her favorite memory is glow stick practice and dare night. Her hobbies and activities include swimming and baking. Her greatest accomplishment is getting under 28 seconds in the 50 free. Addison Pavick is our next senior. Addison's post-graduation plans are to swim D1 or D2 for a college and study kinesiology to become a chiropractor. Wow. She's been on the team for 4 years. Her favorite race is the 100 backstroke. Her favorite memory from the team is the meet against Shakopee last year. There was just so much energy and everybody was so determined to get the win. And it was just so amazing to be a part of that meet with all that energy. Her hobbies and activities include she likes to be outside, go for drives, play with her dog, and play the piano. Great. Her greatest accomplishments, making it on the record board at the pool. It's just so cool to have a thing like that with your name up on the board there and give you something to talk about that moment. All right, best of luck to our seniors. We had one. Here we go. Madison Kessler. One more senior here. So Madison Kessler, her plans are to go to the University of Wisconsin La Crosse or the University of Minnesota. She's been on the team for 4 years as well. Her favorite race is the 500 freestyle. Her favorite memory from the team is Dare Night, which I believe is coming up again. And her favorite hobbies and activities are she likes to travel and hang out with friends. Good luck, Madison. Okay, that is our spotlight for the evening for our seniors. Up next, we're going to have the diving, and we've got a little promo for the diving. Let's see if this works. That was our promo that we had put together here for our dive competition. And again, the diving will start in just a moment. Just need some time here to get the pool ready and get the divers warmed up. In-pool announcer here, and that is Mike O'Keefe. So I'm going to try and open up the camera microphone here for that. While we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put a little slide presentation up of all the different swimmers that we've had that are seniors this year. We've had several of them in past events. We try to do 3 to 4 spotlights every home meet. So let me go ahead and try and get the in-pool microphone turned up. Okay, folks, let's take a look at our coaches for tonight as well. Our coaches tonight for the Rosemount Irish are Jake Kemma, head coach, Emily Gabriel, assistant coach, Garrett Running, assistant coach, and Amy Carlson, our diving coach. The Apple Valley coaches, not sure why it says Burnsville there. Our Apple Valley coaches are Scott Pearson is the head coach, Maura Shea is the assistant coach, and Anna Sleeth is also the assistant coach. Once again, this is our diving event. So we'll begin that as soon as the warm-ups are complete. Let's try switching our camera angles and make sure that all that is looking good for diving. So this will probably be our diving view that we're going to look at. And you'll be able to see the judges in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. They will lift up their scores after each dive, so you'll be able to see that. Okay, so we'll get started in just a moment with the diving. Let me grab the audio, however, from, let's see. We can't have that, so let's get that off the screen. Okay, there we go. All right, let's turn the audio up.
Scores are 2-2-2. That is the 104C forward to somersault top position 2.2. Rosemount is tight with a 105C front 2.5 somersault top position 2.4. Forward, one somersault, 1/2 twist, 3, 1.7. Reverse one somersault, top position, 1.6. Rosemount is sitting with a 401B, inward dive, tight position, 1.5. Upper Apple Valley is the up with a 51-24D. Forward, one somersault, 2 twists, 3, 2.3. With a 203B, back 1.5 somersault, tight position, 2.3. for the 401B, inward dive, pike position, 1.5. Seven and a half. Upper Rosemount is Kelly with a 303C reverse, 1.5 somersault, front position, 2.1.
Look out.
Round 5. Rapid Valley is square with a 202A back. One somersault, straight position, 1.7. 2.3. Rosemount Kelly for the 404C inward. 2 somersaults, top position, 2.8.
Go.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the diving. One of the things I want to try to do here, let's see if this works. Let's zoom out a little bit and see. Oh, people are starting to get up a little bit here at the break. This is it's Teacher Appreciation Night. And so in this section here are all the teachers that have been chosen by the swimmers at Rosemount High School for their appreciation. Let's put our comment back up here too. Once again, teachers, we're grateful for you coming tonight and for your support. And go Irish. All right, let's take the camera back to where it needs to be. And they will get the pool together for the rest of the swimming. It should just be a couple of minutes. And we'll be back with you in just a few moments. All right, folks, we'll get back to the swimming here in just a moment. We've got another shout out here from Carol Tyler. Go Gretchen. Go Irish Love from Grandma Carol and Grandpa Tom. Thanks so much for the shout out. Keep them coming, folks. We'll get them up on the screen. And you know, the swimmers do watch these broadcasts back on YouTube. Let's do a quick score check. Right now, the junior varsity score, again, remember that Apple Valley doesn't have very many swimmers here for junior varsity today. So the score is Rosemount 47, Apple Valley 3. Right now, this is all according to Meet Mobile, so these scores will change, especially after diving here. The varsity score currently is Rosemount 42, Apple Valley 19. Well, that's awesome. So just heard that Kelly Estebo just had a high score for her. That's Kelly right there in your lower right-hand corner, climbing over the over the bar there to come into the seating area. All right, let's get back to the action here as they get ready. Up next is going to be the Junior Varsity 100 Butterfly. This will be one heat, I believe. Yes, one heat. All right, in lane number 1 is Mary Garski with Rosemount. Lane number 3 is Annabelle Ellsworth with Rosemount. And in lane number 5 is Emma Ellsworth with Rosemount. It's an all Rosemount event and heat. Annabelle in lane number 3 is currently leading. Annabelle's got a previous time of 1:14.73. She'll be looking to better that time. And second place is anybody's guess. It's neck and neck between lane number 1 and lane number 5. That's Mary Garski in lane number 1. Lane number 5 is Emma Ellsworth. Mary Garski's previous time is a 1:30.14, and Emma Ellsworth is a previous time of 1:28.64 in lane number 5. Once again, this is the 100-yard junior varsity butterfly. Annabelle in lane number 3 will touch first with a time of 1:13.59. That's almost about a little less than a second better than her previous time. Coming in second is going to be lane number 5 with a time of 1:29.94. That's Emma Ellsworth. And coming in third will be lane number 1, Mary Garski. All right, that's going to do it for the junior varsity 100 butterfly. Up next will be the varsity 100-yard butterfly. All right, into the water they go. In lane number 1 is Avery Jelinek with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Amelia Dahl with Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Maddie Jenin with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Delaney Bell with Apple Valley. Lane number 5 is Jenna O'Keefe, Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Juliana Barble with Apple Valley. It is a tight race between lanes 3 and 4. Lane 3 again is Maddie Jenin with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Delaney Bell with Apple Valley. Both excellent swimmers, by the way. Seen them both swim many times. Third place is really a tough one to call between lanes 1, 2, and 5. Lane 1 again is Avery Jelinek with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Amelia Dahl with Apple Valley, and lane number 5 is Jenna O'Keefe with Rosemount. Pulling ahead now, lane number 3 is Maddie Jenin for Rosemount, as she will touch first with a time of 1:03.27. And her previous time was a 1:03.78. Right next to her, Delaney Bell in lane number 4 for Apple Valley will finish with a 1:05.84. Her previous time was a 107.72. Coming in third, lane number 1, Avery Jelinek with Rosemount, with a time of 1:12.36. All right, up next is the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. This will be a single heat of swimming. All right, in lane number 1, we have Piper Burrell with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Annabelle Torres with Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Danielle Bester with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Sarah Muhammad, Apple Valley. And in lane number 5, Peyton Marks with Rosemount. Want to give a shout out here to Jeremy Bell. So glad that he could come and visit us here at the booth. How you doing, Jeremy? All right, looks like right now in the lead is lanes 3 and 5, maybe lane 3 by a hair, but let's look at both of them. Lane number 3 is Danielle Bester with Rosemount. Lane number 5 is Peyton Marks. Danielle's previous time in this event is a 109.17, and Peyton's previous time over in lane number 5 is a 111.02. So they'll both be looking to better that time. They're doing a great job. Looks like Peyton is now leading the pack. And Peyton is going to touch with, soft touch. Well, it says 109.19. That's a several second better than she had previously. Coming in second was lane number 3. That's Danielle Bester with Rosemount with a 110.23. Looking here to see for lane number 2, I believe, will come in third place. That's Apple Valley. And lane number 2 is Annabelle Torres. Her previous time is a 144.98. She's doing a great job here. She works her way back. And she will touch with a 141.45. Great job. Touching next in lane number 4 is Sarah Muhammad with Apple Valley. And her time is a 149.10. Cruising in lane number 1 is Piper Burrell with Rosemount. And she will touch with a, I think there was a soft touch there, so I do not have a time for you on that. Great job, swimmers. All right, up next is going to be the girls' 100-yard freestyle varsity. Yeah, they are trying to fix the timer there. There might be a little problem with the cable. I think they might have it now. All right, so we will have the 100 freestyle varsity up next with a full boat of swimmers. All right, into the water they go. Lane number 1 is Maisie Bach with Rosemount. Lane number 2, Olivia Lemke, Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Annika Arlinson, Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Greta Marcotte, Apple Valley. Lane number 5, Gretchen Tyler, Rosemount. And lane number 6, Annika Bentley with Apple Valley. Right now in the lead is lane number 4. That's Greta Marcotte with Apple Valley. And right behind her, about a half a body length, is lane number 3, Annika Arlinson. This should be a pretty good race here. Exciting to see 2 really good swimmers take it on head-to-head. And it's going to be almost, I do believe that Greta Marcotte has held on to her lead. She's about a half a body length ahead, almost a body length now at this point. Let's see what Annika can do. She is starting to tighten it up, but is there enough pool left? No, touching first is going to be Greta Marcotte with Apple Valley in lane number 4 with a time of 54.01. Right behind her, though, is Annika Arlinson in lane number 3 with a time of 54.64. Coming in third with a time of 59.16 is lane number 5. That's Gretchen Tyler with Rosemount. All right, up next will be the 500 freestyle varsity. This is a single heat event. And we will have swimmers in lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a tough one here. Folks, don't forget to send those shout-outs to your favorite swimmer. In lane number 1 is Callan Hoffman with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Madison Rutherford with Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Mackenzie Mahalik with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Vivian Lenson with Apple Valley. And lane number 5 is Madison Kessler with Rosemount. You recall Madison was one of our seniors that we spotlighted tonight. Currently in the lead in lane number 4 is Vivian Lenson with Apple Valley. Vivian's previous time here is a 5:29.46. She's pulled ahead a little bit here. She's got a nice lead. Got to make sure she keeps her pace going so she doesn't run out of gas here, but it's a very nice pace that she's got going there. In second place right now is lane number 3. Lane number 3 is Mackenzie Mahalik with Rosemount. Mackenzie's previous time is a 5:53.99. Right behind Mackenzie, about a half a body length back. In lane number 5 is teammate Madison Kessler. Madison's previous time is a 6.00.08, almost 6 even. Going to be a battle here for second place between lane 3 and lane 5. Again, lane 3 is Mackenzie, lane 5 is Madison, both with Rosemount. Fourth place is a little bit of a battle as well, but it looks like right now it's lane number 2, and that's Apple Valley. Lane 2 is Madison Rutherford from Apple Valley. Her previous time is a 5:54.99. Right on her heels, though, in lane number 1 is Callan Hoffman from Rosemount. I don't have a previous time for Callan here. Vivian in lane 4 for Apple Valley is taking on about a half a pool length lead over the rest. Folks, if you like what you're watching, go ahead and hit the like button. Send a shout out, a comment for your favorite swimmer, your favorite team. Let us know where you're watching from. And please don't forget to tell your friends and family about our broadcasts here. We do try to live stream all of our home meets. So we will have it here again when we take on Lakeville North next. So come back to this YouTube channel and you will see our upcoming events. So we've got one more event coming. That's our Lakeville North meet coming. All right, Vivian Lenson has got almost a 3/4 of a pool, if not a pool length lead over Mackenzie Mahalik in lane number 3, and in lane number 5, Madison Kessler. Madison Kessler is about a body and a half length, almost 2 body lengths ahead, being in second place over in lane number 5. Third place again is Mackenzie Mahalik in lane number 3. Fourth and fifth place, it is a tie in lanes 1 and 2 right now. Lane 1 is Callan Hoffman with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Madison Rutherford with Apple Valley. All right, Vivian Lenson has lengthened her lead to a full pool length at this point now. I know that Coach Kemna has switched some things up tonight, so we have people swimming in different events than they normally do. I think giving everybody a chance is a great idea. And it also lets people, try something out they might not normally have swum in competition. So it'll be interesting to see how everything shakes out here. Normally we see Isla George out here for the 500. Now after the 500, we will have the 200-yard freestyle relay. All right, taking the bell here for the final lap is going to be Vivian Lenson with Apple Valley. Once again, you'll recall her previous time was a 5:29.46. So she would be trying to beat that. That's going to be awfully difficult here tonight to beat that time, but she might be able to if she keeps this pace up. She has just enough time to get down here and touch with maybe, not quite, but still, what a great swim. She will touch with a 5:32.65 in lane number 4. Looks like the person coming in second is going to be lane number 5. That's Madison Kessler, one of our seniors for Rosemount. And Madison's previous time was, remember, almost 6:0 even. So let's see what she does this time. Boy, it's going to be close to that time. Just a hair. Oh, soft touch, but this is 4/100ths of a second better than her previous time. Great job, Madison. Coming in third in lane number 3 with a time of 6:05.14 is her teammate. That's Mackenzie Mahalik. What a great job. Swimmers, very proud of everybody out there. You did great. Okay, up next. We're gaining on it, folks. Next up is the 200-yard freestyle relay, and this will be the junior varsity first, followed by the varsity. One heat of each. I'm only seeing one team out there in lane number 3. Okay, we must have had a scratch for the other team. So this is Rosemount. This will be a Rosemount only event and heat. In lane number 3 rather, is Rosemount. The team is Mary Garski, Emma Ellsworth, Peyton Marks, and Danielle Bester. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I usually don't like to do that, but I think it's safe to say I believe Rosemount's going to win this one for the junior varsity. Up on the blocks right now is Emma Ellsworth, and in the water she goes. Getting ready on the blocks right now is her teammate, Peyton Marks, as Emma makes her way back to the starting end of the pool. Let's change the view up just a hair. And maybe zoom in a little bit. All right, Peyton's in the water. Up last will be Danielle Bester, and so she's preparing herself on the block. This team's previous time was a 1:43.92, so they're not going to beat that time tonight, but they're going to make a valiant effort. All right, in the water, Danielle goes here for the final down and back for the 500-yard freestyle. For the 200-yard freestyle relay junior varsity. I'll learn how to read. Up next will be the varsity. All right, here comes Danielle Bester back, and she will touch. And there it is with a soft touch in a time of 2:12.23. All right, up next is the 200-yard freestyle relay varsity. We should have swimmers in lanes 1 through 5. All right, swimmers are in the water. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Team Ellie Fransek, Kaylin Worth, Jenna O'Keefe, and Annabelle Ellsworth. Lane number 2 for Apple Valley is Team Annika Bentley, Uliana Barbo, Leah Wodaszewski, and Olivia Lemke. Lane number 3 for Rosemount, Maddie Jenin, Gretchen Tyler, Avery Jelinek, and Callan Hoffman. Lane number 4 for Apple Valley is Vivian Lenson, Delaney Bell, Amelia Dahl, and Greta Marcotte. And lane number 5 for Rosemount is Ann Lee, Maisie Bach, Mackenzie Mahalik, and Madison Kessler. Again, it's a really tight race here between lanes 3 and 4, with lane 3 slightly in the lead. By the way, lane 3 is Rosemount. Lane 4 is Apple Valley. Watching here as they come back. Not even a half a body length lead here. This is going to be a tight one. Very tight between Apple Valley and Rosemount, lanes 3 and 4. So in the water right now is Callan Hoffman in lane number 3 for Rosemount. Right next to her, starting to gain on her, now taking the lead over half a body length, almost a body length, is Apple Valley with Greta Marcotte. Greta will touch first for her team with a time of 1:46.89. And in lane 3, Rosemount will touch second with a time of 1:48.36. Coming in third, lane number 5, that's another Rosemount team, with a time of 1:56.71. All right, up next is going to be the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity. Swimmers are going to get ready here. We should have 3 swimmers. They're going to be in the water. I see 3 swimmers. That's always good. In lane number 3 is Ariana Raymond with Rosemount. Lane 4, Grace Herzog with Apple Valley. Lane 5, Sophia Perez with Rosemount. Still pretty close here as they go down to the other end of the pool. Who's going to turn first? Looks like a tie between the 2 Rosemount swimmers in lanes 3 and 5. That's Ariana and Sophia. I think Sophia Perez in lane number 5 has got the lead. Yep, she's about a body length ahead of her teammate, Ariana Raymond, in lane number 3. Sophia's previous time is 1:23.80. Ariana in lane number 3's previous time is a 1:23.76. And in lane number 4, Grace Herzog with Apple Valley, her previous time is a 1:38.29. If Sophia can keep this up, she should have it, because she's got a full body length ahead of her teammate. So there should be a Rosemount finish of 1-2 and Apple Valley 3 if they can keep this pace up. Once again, you're watching the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity. Let us change the view here as they come back into camera view. Boy, some time was made up. However, still touching first is going to be lane number 5. Wait a minute. We must have a soft touch there. I do not see it. It was lane number 5 that I saw touch first. That was Sophia Perez, followed by teammate Ariana Raymond in lane number 3. And then third place would be Grace Herzog from Apple Valley. So there must have been something wrong with the touch there. But the timers do have those times recorded with the stopwatch. All right, up next is going to be the varsity 100-yard backstroke. Swimmers are in the water. We should have swimmers in lanes 1, 3, 4, and 5. So 3 Rosemount, 1 Apple Valley. All right, in lane number 1 is Alyssa Long with Rosemount. Lane number 3 is Isla George, Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Uliana Barble with Apple Valley. And in lane number 5 is Ellie Fransek with Rosemount. Isla George in lane number 3 is currently leading by about a body length. Second place right now goes right next to her to Uliana Borbel in lane number 4 from Apple Valley. Uliana's previous time is a 107.45. And in third place currently is lane number 5, that's Ellie Fransek with Rosemount. Ellie's previous time is a 110.14. In fourth place is going to be lane number 1, that's Alyssa Long with Rosemount. Alyssa's previous time is a 115.09. All right, as they make their way back here to the finish, let's watch here. It's going to be tight, but I believe that, yep, Isla George in lane number 3 is going to take it with a 105.93. Coming in second is going to be Juliana Barbel with Apple Valley in lane number 4 with a time of 106.61. And coming in third with a time of 111.90 is lane number 5. That's Ellie Fransek. All right, that's going to do it for the backstroke. Up next is going to be the 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity. All right, this is an all Rosemount heat. Again, this is the 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity. Lane number 3 is Danielle Bester. And lane number 3 is Danielle Bester. Lane number 5 is Nora Danielson. Danielle Bester in lane number 3 has a previous time of 1:33.12. And Nora Danielson has a previous time of 1:39.57. Danielle looks great here. Actually, both swimmers look wonderful as they are coming down to make their first turn. Danielle is leading in lane number 3. Let's do a quick check here to see if we have a score update. We do. The junior varsity are currently Rosemount 89, Apple Valley 11. And the varsity is currently Rosemount 96, Apple Valley 58. So I will try and bring you another update here near the end or at the end so we can see what the final score is. Danielle Bester doing a great job here as she comes back to finish. She'll come in first. Remember, her previous time was 1:33.12, and she is going to touch with a 1:30.95. That's nice. That's a little over a 2-second improvement. Touching second is going to be Nora Danielson in lane number 5. Her previous time was 1:39.57, and she's really close to that with a 1:40.93. Great job. All right, up next, the varsity 100-yard breaststroke. All right, in the water they go. In lane number 1 is Ann Lee with Rosemount. Lane number 2 is Sam Graves, Apple Valley. Lane number 3 is Katie Rucci with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Delaney Bell with Apple Valley. Lane 5, Kaylin Worth, Rosemount. And lane number 6, Cora Mitchell with Apple Valley. Currently in the lead, lane number 4, that's Delaney Bell. Second place looks like lane number 3, that's Katie Rucci with Rosemount. Delaney has a previous time of 1:16.80, and Katie Rucci in lane number 3 has a previous time of 1:17.91. Both excellent swimmers, and in the off-season they both swim together at Riptide, for Riptide rather, in Apple Valley, Minnesota. It's fun to watch them race against each other. Delaney has a pretty commanding lead here at this point. And remember, she's working on a 1:16.80 previously. Let's see if she can beat that here. And Katie Rucci is working on a 1:17.91. So it'll be fun to see both swimmers improve on that. And we have a second improvement in lane number 4 with Delaney, finishing with a 1:15.09. And Katie Rucci will finish second with a 1:19.04. Finishing third is lane number 1. That's Ann Lee with Rosemount with a time of 1:20.82. All right, up next is the 400-yard freestyle relay junior varsity. All right, we're down to our final event. We'll have one junior varsity heat and one varsity heat. Once again, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget to tell your friends and family that we broadcast all of our home meets. Swimmers are in the water. For Rosemount in lane number 3 is Peyton Marks, Nora Danielson, Mary Garski, and Ariana Raymond. In lane number 6 for Apple Valley is Olivia Lemke, Natalie Zick, Sarah Muhammad, and Annabella Torres, pretty evenly matched here as they go back towards the starting block. Okay, there's a slight advantage, maybe a half a body length by Peyton Marks with Rosemount as she goes back, but that's tightened up a little bit. Yeah, she makes the turn first. Very good turn here by Peyton, lane number 3. She's lengthened the lead again to about a half a body length. Peyton has lengthened that lead to an entire body length at this point. In the water goes her teammate, Nora Danielson. Now for Apple Valley is Natalie Zick in the water. The Rosemount team has a previous time of 3:47.78. And the Apple Valley team has a previous time of 6:03.18. I think we're going to see a great improvement on that Apple Valley time. Not sure when that was taken, because they are keeping up fairly well with the Rosemount team. It was a lot of fun tonight with teacher night to see all the teachers come out and support their students and former students and come out for a free cookie and support the swimmers. It was great to see. Once again, we'll be back with you here live for the Lakeville North swim meet that's coming up. All right, in the water now for Rosemount is Mary Garski. And about to go in the water is Sarah Muhammad for Apple Valley, and there she goes right now. Once again, the one thing I want to point out is that Lakeville North meet here will be October 22nd. That'll be on a Tuesday. The meets do switch from a Thursday to Tuesday at that point. So we hope to see you back here October 22nd, 6 p.m. And that is a Tuesday night. All right, Ariana Raymond is on the blocks here, and in the water she goes for Rosemount. As Sarah Muhammad works her way back for Apple Valley. And on the blocks waiting for her is Annabella Torres for her final down and back a couple of times here to do the 400. And then we will have the varsity coming up next. Again, folks, if you like what you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button. And certainly send a shout out for your favorite swimmer. We'll get it on the broadcast here for them to see. And again, tell your friends and family about our next home meet, which is October 22nd against Lakeville North. And that'll be our final broadcast for the season. Annabelle Torres is swimming back here and making her lap down. Meanwhile, on her final stride here to the end is Ariana Raymond to touch for the Rosemount team with a time of 4:58.99. So they will come in first in lane number 3. Annabella Torres has got one more down and back, and then we'll have that one in the books as well. She's doing a great job. Up next, we're going to have the 400-yard freestyle relay for the varsity, and that will be our final event and final heat for the evening. And that will end our competition. And before I let you go, I will let you know what the latest scoring is in Meet Mobile. Again, you can follow these teams on Meet Mobile if you have access to that app on your phone. Okay, here comes Annabella Torres. Nice. They did do a nice improvement on their previous time. They cut a solid 3 seconds off their previous time. That's always great to see. All right, up next, our final event, our final heat of the night, the 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. Everyone raise your hands. Here we go. Whoosh. And into the water they go. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Team Sophia Perez, Jenna O'Keefe, Alyssa Long, and Ella Armbrust. In lane number 3 for Rosemount, Annika Arlenson, Isla George, Maddie Jenin, and Madison Kessler. Lane number 4 for Apple Valley is Cora Mitchell, Sam Graves, Madison Rutherford, and Leah Rudashevsky. In lane number 5 for Rosemount, Maisie Bach, Ellie Francek, Mackenzie Mahalik, and Katie Rucci. Those are our teams for the final events. With a big lead here in lane number 3, it's Rosemount. That's Annika Arlenson in the water currently. Isla George is on the blocks. She's ready to go in, and there she goes. Over in lane number 5, that's Maisie Bach, and Ellie Francek is now in the water. And in lane number 4, Sam Graves just entered the water. In lane number 1, Jenna O'Keefe is now in the water for Rosemount. Isla George in lane number 3 has got a pretty commanding lead. I don't believe anybody's going to be able to catch her. The competition right now is over in lanes 4 and 5 between Apple Valley and Rosemount. Again, you're looking at Sam Graves from Apple Valley and Ellie Francek from Rosemount. Jenna O'Keefe is coming back here to make her turn in lane number 1 for Rosemount. All right. Lane number 4, Maddie Jenin is on the blocks, and into the water she goes. Now leading for second place is Apple Valley in lane number 4. Again, that's Sam Graves. Madison Rutherford is on the blocks, and she will go in. For Rosemount, Mackenzie Mahalik is now in the water. Rosemount's got to make up some time here in lane number 5 to catch up to Apple Valley. Nobody's going to catch lane number 3 here with Rosemount. That's, again, Maddie Jenin in the water. Rosemount did make up some time against Apple Valley, though, over in lane 5. And look at that, just like that, with a beautiful turn. Lane number 5, that's Mackenzie Mahalik that has now taken over the lead from Apple Valley. All right, in the water in lane number 3 is Madison Kessler, one of our seniors here. She will be our final swimmer for lane number 3. Okay, on the blocks, getting ready to go for Rosemount. Lane number 5 is Katie Rucci, and in the water she goes. Lane number 4 is Leah Rodashevsky, now in the water. If we can keep this pace up, it should be a Rosemount first and second place here. Looking pretty good. Madison Kessler is almost done here. She has to go down and back. Here she comes back now. Katie Rucci still has a really commanding lead here for second place in lane number 5. The third place is going to be Apple Valley so far with Leah in lane number 4. I think that's Ella Armbrust in the water in lane number 1 for Rosemount. So finishing first with a time of 3:53.19 in lane number 3 is Rosemount. That's Team Annika Arlenson, Isla George, Maddie Jenin, and Madison Kessler. Coming in second is going to be lane number 5, Rosemount. That's Katie Rucci touching right now. And that's Team Maisie Bach, Ellie Fransek, and Mackenzie Mahalik, and Katie Rucci. Coming in third was lane number 4, Apple Valley, with a time of 4:21.72. That's Team Cora Mitchell, Sam Graves, Madison Rutherford, and Leah Rudashevsky. And coming in fourth was lane number 1 with a time of 4:35.49, and that's Maisie Bach. That's Sophia Perez, Jenna O'Keefe, Alyssa Long, and Ella Armbrust. Now that is going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Let's do a quick score check with Meet Mobile to see what the current scores are. Okay, the current scores are junior varsity Rosemount 107, Apple Valley 15. For the varsity, we have a score of Rosemount 96, Apple Valley 79. So there you have it, folks. That is our broadcast for the evening. I want to thank you so much for watching tonight, and we will see you again on the 22nd